Radhakrishnan, Company Secretary, welcome you all to the 42nd Annual General Meeting of our company being held through video conference. I am participating in this meeting from registered office located at 34A Kamaraj Road, Coimbatore 18. I would like to take you through points regarding the participation through video conferencing at this meeting. The facility of joining the AGM through video conference or other audio visual means is being made available for 1,000 members as first come first serve basis. All the members who have joined this meeting are by default placed on mute mode to avoid any disturbance arising from background noise and to ensure smooth and seamless conduct of the meeting. The company has received a request from 4 members to register themselves as speakers during the meeting. Accordingly, the floor will be open to these members to ask questions or express their views. The moderator will facilitate the session once the chairman opens the floor for questions. The speaker shareholder will thereafter unmuted by the host. To start speaking, the shareholder is requested to click the video on button. If the shareholder is not able to join through video for any reason, the shareholder can speak through the audio mode. While speaking, we request the speakers to use earphones so that they are clearly audible, minimize any noise in the background, ensure that Wi-Fi is not connected to any other devices, no other background applications are running, and there is a proper lighting to have good video and audio experience. If there are any connectivity problems at speaker's end, we would ask the next speaker to join. We would like to request each shareholder to kindly limit his speech to 3 minutes. During the AGM, if a member faces any technical issue, he may contact the helpline number 02248867000, which is also mentioned in the AGM notice. It is hereby informed to the members that based on the reasons of business exigency, urgency, the board of directors of the company have decided that the special business item included in the notice convening the meeting was unavoidable, hence was being considered. Thank you. Now I request Sri Sanjay Jayawardhanulu, Chairman, to commence the proceedings of the meeting.
A very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to welcome all the members to the 42nd Annual General Meeting of the company. I, Sanjay Jayawardhanulu, Chairman of the company, am attending the meeting from the registered office located at 34A Kamaraj Road, Coimbatore. This meeting is being conducted through a video conferencing facility in accordance with the framework issued by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs and SEBI through their respective circulars. I also wish to state that the proceedings of this meeting is being recorded and will be posted on the company website soon. Before we start with the main proceedings of the meeting, I take great pleasure in introducing my fellow board members and executives and request each of them after my introduction to acknowledge the same. Shri S. Venkatraman, Independent Director, Chairman of the Audit Committee, Stakeholders Relationship Committee, Nomination and Remuneration Committee, and member of the Corporate Social Responsibility Committee. Srimati Vijay Lakshmi Narendra, Independent Woman Director of the company, member of the Audit Committee, Nomination and Remuneration Committee, and Stakeholders Relationship Committee and Corporate Social Responsibility Committee. Sri B. Lakshmi Narayana, Independent Director, member of the Audit Committee, Stakeholders Relationship Committee, Nomination and Remuneration Committee, and the CSR Committee. Ms. Shivali Jayawardhanulu, Non-Independent, Non-Executive Director. Sri Gopinath Bala, Independent Director. Sri G. Mani, Managing Director and member of the Stakeholders Relationship Committee, Share Transfer Committee, and Chairman of the CSR. We have also with us our Chief Financial Officer, Sri C.V. Venkatesh, and our Company Secretary, Sri S.K. Radhakrishnan. We have Srimati Chitra Venkatraman, Independent Director, who is joining us from Chennai. And we have Sri Ravi Sam, who has sought leave of absence. Apart from the directors, the Chief Financial Officer and Company Secretary, T.S. Ananda Tirthan of M.S. Subachar and Srinivasan, the statutory auditors, Sri M.R.L. Narsimha, the secretarial auditor, and Sri B. Krishnamurthy, scrutinizer, are also participating in this meeting from their respective locations. The key executives of the company have also joined this meeting from their respective locations. We have the requisite quorum present through video conference to conduct the proceedings of the meeting. Since the notice of the AGM, along with the financial statements and director's report, is already circulated to all the members, I take the notice convening the meeting as read. I wish to state that I am satisfied with the facilities provided to the members of the company for participating in this meeting through video conferencing. The company has taken all efforts feasible under the circumstances to enable the members to participate and vote on the items being considered in the meeting. Participation of members through video conference is being reckoned for the purpose of quorum as per the circulars issued by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs and Section 103 of the Companies Act 2013. The quorum being present, I now call this meeting to order. Since there is no physical attendance of the members, the requirement of appointing proxies is not applicable. The registrars are required under the Companies Act 2013 have been made available electronically for inspection by the members during the AGM. Members seeking to inspect such documents can send their requests to secretary@vama.com during the course of the AGM. Members who have not yet voted through remote e-voting can cast their vote during the meeting through the e-voting facility. As there are no qualifications or comments or remarks in the statutory audit report and the secretarial audit report for the financial year ended 31st March 2024, I take them as read.
With the presence of valid quorum, the meeting is in order. Now I request the chairman to deliver the chairman's speech.
Dear shareholders, it's my pleasure to welcome you all to the 42nd annual general meeting of your company. The annual accounts, director's report, management discussion and analysis report, and the corporate governance report for the financial year ended 31st March 2024 have been available for your review during the statutory period. With your consent, I will consider them taken as read. I would like to now just give an overview of the economy. As per the World Bank's Economic Outlook report in 2023, the advanced economies experienced varied growth rates. The United States saw a robust 2.5% growth rate, while the euro area lagged behind at 0.5%, and Japan achieved a moderate 1.9% growth. However, overall growth in advanced economies remains sluggish due to several factors, including high inflationary pressures and geopolitical developments in Eastern Europe. Looking ahead, fiscal consolidation efforts are expected to resume globally, which may impact near-term growth in advanced economies. Elevated borrowing rates are likely to constrain household spending on durable goods and residential investments. Core inflation has persistently remained high in many economies, primarily driven by rapid service price increases. Nevertheless, we anticipate that tight monetary policies and a slower wage growth throughout 24 will contribute to the reducing inflation further. Turning to the global economic output, growth rate is expected to be 2.6% for the year 2024, with an expected growth rate of 2.7% in both 25 and 26. This positive trajectory is supported by strengthening and broadening trade growths. In the realm of the emerging and developing economies, EMDEs, the picture is more dynamic. In 2023, the EMDEs collectively grew at 4.2%. However, it's most important to note that China's growth is expected to slow this year due to cyclic headwinds and ongoing structural challenges. We anticipate this ease trend to continue into 25 and 26. Excluding China, the EMDE growth is projected to rise by 3.5% this year. with future firming of an average of 3.9% in the years 25-26. This improvement reflects increasing domestic demand supported by receding inflation, a cyclic rebound in trade, and a strong demand from some advanced economies. In India, the economic growth is estimated at 8.2% for the financial year 23-24, which is 1.9% higher than the previous estimates in January. This growth surge is attributed to stronger than expected performance in industrial sectors such as manufacturing and construction, as well as resilient services activity. These positive factors help offset a slowdown in agriculture production partly caused by monsoons. India is poised to maintain its position as the fastest growing economy among the world's largest economies. However, the pace of expansion is expected to be moderate. After the robust growth in the year 23-24, an average annual growth rate of 6.7% is projected for the 3 fiscal years starting 24-25. This moderation is primarily due to a slowdown in investment from a high base. Nonetheless, investment growth is anticipated to remain strong, supported by both public policy and private investments. Private consumption is expected to benefit from agriculture recovery and declining inflation, while government consumption is projected to increase gradually, aligning with the government's goal of reducing current expenditure relative to GDP. The overall performance of the company has reported a turnover of 419.18 crores for the year under review compared to 366.79 crores in the previous financial year 23-24. The net profit for the year stood at rupees 19.87 crores, down from rupees 28.37 crores in the prior year. The agency division benefited from the execution of expansion and modernization projects by the mills, leading to an improved turnover and profit before tax. The turnover from this division was rupees 32.43 crores, up from rupees 29.31 crores in the previous year. The profit before tax for the division was rupees 20.49 crores compared to rupees 18.43 crores the previous year. The textile division, despite volatility in yarn and cotton prices and changes in consumption patterns, the textile division achieved a higher turnover of rupees 304.22 crores during the financial year 23-24 compared to rupees 216.57 crores in the previous year. However, increased production costs, cotton yarn prices mismatch impacted the profitability. The division recorded a PBT of rupees 4 crore 2 lakhs, including exceptional income of rupees 2 crore 11 lakhs for the year, down from 2 crores 6 lakhs in the previous year. The engineering division continued momentum in OEM offtake and the introduction of new products to external customers helped the engineering division increase its top line. The turnover for this division was 91 crores during the financial year 23-24, up from rupees 83.92 crores in the previous year. The profit before tax for this division was 13.49 crores compared to rupees 18.59 crores, including exceptional income of rupees 4.20 crores in the previous year. Looking ahead, the agency division is anticipated to experience moderate improvement in the second half of the current year. The textile division is also expected to see some progress in the coming months, given the current market conditions. Additionally, the engineering division is projected to perform better with increased emphasis on new product development from external customers. During the quarter ended 30th June 2024, in the meeting held earlier today, The company recorded a total income of rupees 98.91 crores against rupees 109.39 crores. The profit after tax for the quarter ended 30th June 2024 is rupees 1.01 crores as against rupees 5.90 crores during the same period last year. I'd like to thank the shareholders, the banks, the principals, and the customers for their continued support. I thank all our employees at all levels for their continued contribution towards your company's progress. I join you in looking forward to a future of greater prosperity. I also request you to join me in invoking the blessings of Goddess Lakshmi, and thank you all for attending the meeting. Now I request the company secretary to explain the voting process at the AGM.
The voting process information. I would like to mention that as per the Companies Act 2013 and SEBI regulations, the company had provided the members with the facility to cast their vote on all the resolutions set out in the notice of the AGM through remote e-voting system administered by NSDL during the period from 9 a.m. on 13 July 2024 to 5 p.m. on 1st August 2024. The facility for voting at the meeting is also provided to members present in the meeting who have not yet cast their votes through remote e-voting. Members may please go to the voting page of NSDL e-voting website and cast their vote while at the same time watch the proceedings of the meeting. Sri B. Krishnamurthy, Chartered Accountant, has been appointed as the scrutinizer to scrutinize the e-voting and remote e-voting process in a fair and transparent manner. Since the AGM is held through video conference and the resolution mentioned in the notice convening the AGM have already been put to vote through remote e-voting, there will be no proposing and seconding of resolutions. Members may note that there is no voting by show of hands at this AGM. Members are requested to refer to the instructions provided in the AGM notice for seamless participation and voting during the meeting. I now request the chairman to conduct further proceedings.
Thank you. Now I shall take up the resolutions as set out in the notice. Item number 1 on the notice, the adoption of the annual financial statements. The financial statements of the company for the financial year ended March 31st, 2024, including the reports of the board of directors and auditors, have already been provided to the members. Item number 2 of the notice, declaration of a dividend. The board has recommended a final dividend of rupees 7, which is 70% per equity share. Item number 3 of the notice, the reappointment of Shri Ravi Sam, DIN number 0007465, who retires by rotation, being eligible and offers himself for reappointment. Item number 4 of the notice, to appoint Sri Gopinath Bala as an independent director of the company for a period of 5 years with effect from 29th May 2024. Item number 5 of the notice, to approve the material related party transactions with LMW. Item number 6 of the notice, the reappointment of Sri G. Mani as managing director of the company for a further period of 3 years with effect from 24th October 2024. And item number 7 of the notice, ratification of remuneration payable to the cost auditor. The text of the resolutions along with the explanatory statement is provided in the notice circulated to the members. Now, the company secretary will explain the procedures regarding questions from shareholders.
Now we will take questions from shareholders. Shareholders who have already registered as speakers will be allowed to speak. Members are requested to keep their questions brief and specific. The moderator will facilitate the questions on the video feature. The moderator will announce the name of the speaker shareholder and unmute him. Also, questions sent by email to the company will also be read and answered towards the end. In case the speaker shareholder has any connectivity issues, the question will be taken up with the next shareholder. However, at the end, one more chance will be given to the shareholders who have connectivity issues to ask questions or express their views. In this regard, the company has received a request from 4 shareholders to register as speaker shareholders. Now I request moderator to unmute Mr. Prabjot Singh Sahani.
Sir, Mr. Prabjot Singh Sahani has not yet joined the meeting, sir, so far.
Okay, thank you. Now unmute Mr. Hitesh Kumar Kran.
Hi, am I audible?
Yes, Mr. Hitesh.
Yes, sir.
Please.
Yeah, sure. Thanks for the opportunity. I had sent 5 questions on email. I'll quickly read them through. On page 14 of the annual report, could you please elaborate the statement plan for higher productivity by 3 to 5% and implementation of automation to reduce the cost of labor by around 2%? Uh, uh, what do you precisely mean by this? And could you quantify it in terms of VNL? Where do you expect this improvement to be reflected? Second, could you also talk about the new products that were developed in the engineering segment? You did speak about some new product introduction. If you could elaborate on these products, what are their end application and industries? And also, are these new products catering to LMW or other OEMs? Could you also touch upon the new product developments that are in the pipeline for the next 2 years? As per the recent rating rationale, LMW accounts for 75 to 80% of the engineering division sales. Now, what was this figures 3 years back, and how do you see this changing going forward? Fourth, it appears that there is a sizable increase in the people, at least going by what you have mentioned in the annual report, the number of employees in the payroll, there's a sizable increase. Could you please share in which segment is this augmentation happening? And lastly, any capital expenditure plans in the either in the yarn or the engineering segment over the next 2 3 years? Sir, this is the only time during the year we get to hear the management, and hence it will be very helpful if you could answer each and every question so that it helps us get more visibility to companies' prospects. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hitesh Kumar Karan. Now, moderator, mute Mr. Hitesh Kumar Karan and unmute Mr. Danuj Javak.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. A lot of the questions that I wanted to ask have already been covered by the previous shareholder. So a few questions that I also wanted to ask is, we have more than 500 SKUs now, which were barely anything before COVID. So that's a lot of development in the engineering segment that we have done over the past 4 years. And I would just like to understand what is the vision of the company predominantly focusing on the engineering segment, because a lot of our turnover is going to LMW, and the dependency of LMW is to reduce. So what is the company's target dependency of LMW for the engineering segment? And these 500 new products that we have developed, I'm sure that we have a bigger vision in mind. So if you could just help us understand the vision of the company in terms of the engineering sector segment. And also, I would like to understand what is the margin outlook over here, because I see in today's result we have incurred a loss in this segment, and I would like to understand what was the reason for the loss and what are the sustainable margins that we aspire to maintain going forward. And if we have a certain vision to reach, what are the steps taken by the company to reach this target that we have? And another question that I have is, in the LMW con calls for the past 4 quarters, we have been speaking about aerospace and defense opportunity. So will that benefit flow through to super sales as well, because we also have good engineering capabilities over here? So these are the questions. And the last question that I had was, what was the capacity utilization last year for FY24? What is the current total capacity, and when do we aspire to reach? What capacity utilization do we aspire to reach, and what are the capex targets going ahead? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Danuj Javak. The last speaker, shareholder of today's meeting is Mr. Abhishek. Now, moderator, mute Mr. Danuj and unmute Mr. Abhishek.
Sir, moderator, can you hear me? Am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. My name is Abhishek, shareholder of the company. My DPID IN 301637 and client ID is 41359155. So first of all, I congratulate the management on the eve of annual general body meetings. I trust all is well with you and your family. In this challenging situation, our company deserves much more respect than the current market cap after completing more than a decade of successful operations, profitability, dividend history, and becoming one of the strongest brands in their respective segment. Sir, I would like to know as of date how many employees are there in the company, sir, and what are the steps being taken by the management to reduce the other expenses, legal professional charges, and the audit fee. So then, there's a request from most of the minority shareholders to conduct the meeting in the hybrid mode because more number of shareholders are not able to join because of the digital challenges in the virtual platform. So if you can consider hybrid AGMs in the years to come, more number of shareholders can join you in the meeting, can get the valuable points, suggestions, ideas that will be helpful for the management in future. So kindly try to consider hybrid AGMs in the years to come, sir. And in the NSDL CDL portal, where we exercise our reporting and when we get access to our board meeting as well, we are about the inspection of documents like the mobile register, PMB
Mr.
register.
Mr. Abhishek, sorry to interrupt you. Your voice is very low, sir. Actually, since you are traveling, can you just try some adjustments and
Okay,
speak?
I'm already, yes, sir, I am done with the question, sir. Anyhow, my best wishes for the management. The company has good corporate governance practice. I do appreciate the management for that, sir. And the company is doing really very well. So kindly take care of the hospitality part of the investor fraternity, sir. And I wish the company and the board of directors a great success and prosperity in the coming future. And see you in the AGM next year. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Abhishek. So now, moderator, please unmute Mr. Prabjot Singh Savani if he joined.
Sorry, sir. He has not yet joined, sir.
Okay, thank you. There is no more speaker shareholders.
Thank you to all of you for your questions. I would like to wish to answer these questions, address all the questions. First of all, let me address the engineering division. The engineering division is perhaps the newest division for the company Super Sales, SSIL. And the focus at the time when the division was formed, was loose gears. As you rightly pointed out, the gears at those days primarily were going to the OEM for LMW as well as some of their spares and sales. Over the years, the two main focuses of the engineering division is to rely more on our own products. And as you rightly have noticed, there are several new products which have been developed over the last 5 years. Now, these products are of two categories. One are of so-called catalog products, which we are able to sell as commercial mass volume. Second are also SPM products, which we are doing for special industries or maybe even on a special order. The profitability on these two segments are very different. We enjoy a much higher profit margin on case-to-case single products which we make. Second, for the niche segment is a little bit better. And as we come to the catalog and commodity product, we have stiff competition. The volumes would be better, but the profitability then becomes lower. Now, in terms of the dependence to LMW, from almost 100%, last year it came down to almost 60%, and 40% was being sold to several customers, several hundred customers across several different verticals, whether it's plastic injection molding, just to name a few, whether it is the machine tool business, whether it was for the conveyors business, and just general industrial application is what we were selling our product to. Now, we must understand that it's no longer loose gears we are talking about. we are now talking about development of gearboxes. So I think the vision of the management is to develop solutions both as commodities and as a catalog, as well as special applications moving towards gearboxes, not so much just the loose gears. The investments which we made and ramped up, as you rightly have noticed, has been in two areas. One, in the investment in the R&D infrastructure, which is a PLM, product lifecycle manufacturing software and hardware, and the appropriate people in order to man these PLM projects. Second, design projects. Second, we've also invested in infrastructure for testing of the gears, not only the equipment, but also the necessary people in order to do this. And therefore, the number of people and the costs have gone up. They have gone up proportionately to the turnover also for the first quarter when there was a dip in turnover. The dip in turnover for the first quarter was for obvious reasons. One, the offtake from OEMs, both textile machinery and other OEMs have seen some kind of softening, but we see some kind of pickup as the next few quarters come this around our way. Last year, this division had an approximate capacity utilization of around 75 to 78%, which is quite good in engineering. And this first quarter, we have cut down one shift and we are at 89% for two shifts, but around 70, 70, 69, 68, 69% if you consider the three shift basis. So the discussions and the plans are in place for building this as a great gear company where we see it not only in India but over the years to look at it for the exports as well. Now, moving on to the textile division, as you have rightly noted, we have made some investments. The investments in the textile division has largely gone into modernization of some of our equipment, but has also gone mainly into automation, where we have automated in order to cut and reduce the dependency on the workers, which is getting to be a rare commodity in the places where we are located. The average utilization last year of the spinning mills were around 92, 93%, and the first quarter was around 18, 89%. And as we are able to ramp up with the necessary trained hands within the mills, we are able to kind of see that the production also will go up over the next few quarters. Now, the prospects for the textile industry is depends on a few aspects. The input side, stability in raw material, where we see now the minimum support prices in India, which are set, and now we know what those prices are. Second, it depends on the quantity of raw material cotton which is available. The estimates seem to be quite good with the reports on sowing, so we expect to have a decent crop for this year. The other aspects, the main aspects, looks at demand both in India and overseas. The Indian demand has been strong, but could have been much stronger, and we hope that the festivities, the months of the festivities, will bring in far more demand for fabrics and garments. On the external side, we have a few challenges. Geopolitics being the major challenge, where we have in certain areas some tensions and some wars, which again cause preference of textiles not to be on the priority. Second, in terms of shipping routes, which the costs have gone up, freight routes which have gone up for either import of raw material or export, which have gone up considerably. And finally, the elections in many countries, especially the largest being the United States, where we feel once we have the kind of desired result, final result there, and the economy settles down, it will start being a major factor to pull back the demand for the textiles. There were some inquiries also in addition to this, whether we have either retrenched any people, we have not retrenched any people over the last year. The people who have gone for holidays or whatnot, we have not replaced. But as we see it necessary, we will start bringing in the necessary folk in order to do that. There was one specific question raised on the balance sheet, which was to do with the onboarding of the managing director. It was the areas which were focus areas, which again I've explained, is to do with the productivity increase and also modernization. So those have been achieved. In fact, our productivity has gone up very much in the last few quarters. It's been one of the highest we have reached. And also the modernization program is on and will continue to be on as we go forward. So this would be overall the kind of direction the company is taking, and hopefully we are, shall I say, cautiously optimistic in terms of us looking at this year. I hope this year will support the textile industry, and I think with that I've answered most of the questions. Yeah, thank you. If there are any other questions which are unanswered, I will we will reach out to a company secretary whom we can then further answer these questions. Now, after having responded to these questions, I would like now our to go ahead in informing about the voting results and my concluding remarks. Members may note that the e-voting facility of the NSDL platform will remain open for the next 15 minutes to enable those shareholders who have not cast their vote and would like to cast their vote. The results would be declared after considering both remote e-voting and e-voting during the meeting, not later than 2 working days, and the consolidation scrutinizer's report will be placed in the company's website and the NSDL website. The results will also be intimated to the stock exchange in which the company's equity shares are listed. The resolutions as set forth in the notice shall be deemed to be passed today, subject to receipt of requisite number of votes. Arrangements have been made for the distribution of the dividend through HDFC Bank if the said resolution is passed by the members. The dividend will be paid through electronic credit by post, subject to availability of normal postal service within 30 days after deducting applicable tax at source. I wish to thank all the shareholders who have joined this meeting through the video conference. I also wish to extend a warm thanks to all our directors who have joined this meetings today. With your consent, I and other board members would like to leave this meeting and request all shareholders to stay safe and take care of themselves and the family. I hereby declare the proceedings as closed. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you all. Tech support, please stop recording and end the meeting to all.
Thank you. Thank you all. Thanks.